Hey everybody, Matt Campbell here. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. I hope everyone's week has been awesome. And today it's time for another weekly message. So let's get started. Today I'm going to talk about something that we don't like to hear. Whenever we ask our spouse, whenever we ask God, whenever we're searching for something, we like to hear yes. We don't like to hear no, but we prefer no over wait. So most of us are really impatient. I'm really impatient at times. So when we hear the word wait, we don't like it because we're not getting it right then and there. But let's take this to a different context for a second. And if you've got children, look at how they respond to the answer wait. So I have 4 daughters, right? And the youngest is a prime example of what I'm going to talk to you today about. So Aubrey, she will come up, Daddy, can I have? Daddy, will you do this? Daddy, will you fix me some food? Daddy, will you pour me something to drink? Daddy, can we go to the park? And whatever it is. And sometimes I'll tell her yes and fix it for her. Sometimes I'll tell her no, depending on what it is. And sometimes, especially if I'm right in the middle of something, I'll tell her, wait. Now, wait in some of our minds just means kind of sitting around waiting for things to happen, right? Kind of let life happen and see what happens. But that's not really what waiting means. Okay, so when Aubrey comes to me and says, Daddy, can I have? Or Daddy, will you do? Or Daddy, let's go. And I say, wait. What she does, she doesn't go off into a corner or go off into a room sometimes, but she doesn't go off into a room or something and completely forget about it. No, she'll come back. Daddy, can I have? Wait, she'll go away for a minute and then she'll come back. Daddy, can I have? And sometimes she will follow me all through the house until I say yes, or asking the question over and over and over throughout the entire day, depending on what's going on. So we can take a big lesson from this. We can take a huge lesson from little Aubrey here. Whenever we are in prayer seeking something, God often tells us to wait. And sometimes we get this screwed up. If you ask God for a job, you cannot get a job. He cannot answer that prayer for a job if you are sitting on the couch. He cannot answer that prayer for a job if you don't go and ask someone for a job, right? If you don't go fill out the application and go to the interview and clean yourself up, whatever the case may be, God's not going to say, yes, here's a job with you sitting on the couch. He's not going to send somebody to your door, knocking on your door, saying, hey, man, I just thought you prayed for a job and come on, I'm going to put you to work. It doesn't work that way, right? So when God tells us to wait, we need to take a lesson from little Aubrey here and wrap ourselves up and follow him throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout whatever time span that is, until the answer becomes, yes, here you go, until he decides to give you what you are asking for. So let's read a little bit of scripture here today. Isaiah chapter 40 verses 28 through 31, it says, have you not known, have you not heard, the Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might he increases strength. Even youth shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted, but they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. So Isaiah is telling us that those who wait for the Lord will become strong, won't grow weary. Man, we're going to be renewed, right? Our confidence is going to be renewed. Our minds are going to be renewed. Our hearts are going to be restored. Our lives are going to be changed forever if we wait for the Lord. Now, in the original language here, wait for the Lord doesn't mean sit around on the couch waiting for somebody to come knock on your door. Doesn't necessarily work that way. So when Scripture says wait for the Lord, in the original language actually means to entangle yourself with or in the Lord. So what does that look like? Let's take it back to Aubrey. That looks like, Daddy, can I have? God, can I have? Wait. And then she follows me, right? She entangles herself with my every move until I answer that yes or no. And so we have to take a lesson from this little 4-year-old who knows how to wait better than some of us adults. Okay, wait is not necessarily yes, wait is not necessarily no, but whenever we're told to wait, it doesn't mean ignore the rest of what God's wanting to do for you. Sometimes, most of the times, all the time, it means entangle yourself in. So, my encouragement for today is, if you've been praying for something, or if you've been seeking something from God in your recovery, in your marriage, in a job situation, whatever the fact may be, whatever the case may be in your particular situation, if you've received the answer, wait, I would encourage you to not be discouraged, but instead wrap yourself up, entangle yourself up with God, entangle yourself up with His every move, get closer to Him, dive into the Word, entangle yourself in. So that's the message for today. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next weekend. God bless you.